Hello Seekers, Medicine here, and I just want to say thank you very much for joining us in Circle today. This is a weekly astrological reading for you Aries for the week of the 15th. And to start the week off, we have the 7, the Chariot. So, it seems like, first of all, this is going to be more of an emotional time. It's going to be a time, and not necessarily in a bad way. I don't mean emotional in a bad way. But it's going to be a time where your intuition is really going to be your best friend in making things move the way that you want them to move, Aries. You're really going to have to use your intuitive side. You're really going to have to feel things out. And so that's what I meant by emotional, is that you're really going to have to feel things out, and you're really going to have to use your intuition to keep the chariot moving. Okay, so whatever that might be for you, in order to keep things moving, you're going to want to use your intuition. You're probably going to want to be very nurturing. You're going to want to bring out your nurturing side. You're going to want to bring out the side of you that's very caring of others, because this is probably going to really help you, especially earlier on in the week. As we get towards the center of the week, there seems to be kind of a drop financially. The Queen of Pentacles represents someone who is perhaps having a blockage. Okay, so is not able to really grow financially, and probably the exact opposite, someone who's having a drop in their finances. The Queen of Pentacles could, if it's someone close to you, could also represent someone who this person could be very greedy with their finances, with their material possessions. They could be very greedy. They can be very mine, and the necessary skills needed to teach and instruct another how to grow material gain, materially, is kind of it's kind of being held within. This person is not really willing to share their knowledge, their methodologies. This person is really having kind of a control. This represents to me a person that really wants to be kind of in control of their assets, to the point where they're being greedy and stubborn, and they're not sharing their necessary wisdom. To make things grow. So we have the Knight of Wands coming up. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is someone who I think is being very bullish. They're not necessarily getting their way. They feel very passionate about something. They feel very desiring about something. And so, but because they're not getting their way, because they're not getting what they want, they're acting in a very childish way. So this can be someone who's throwing temper tantrums, for example. This could be someone who is throwing things around, just being very childish and just acting over the top, because they're not getting the results that they want. They're not getting their way. And what I'm kind of thinking about is, I'm looking at these two, the Queen of Pentacles, and I'm looking at the Knight of Wands. And I'm kind of connecting the fact that this person here is kind of being very greedy and very to themselves about how to handle things in a material possession. And or this person can also be being very lazy. Sometimes earth signs, the other side to that is they can be very lazy and they can procrastinate. And so this person might be someone who's procrastinating, whereas this person might have been someone who wants to put things into action, but they need this other side. And it's so funny because I'm kind of putting you as the charioteer kind of in between all this, if you will. You may be someone who's kind of in between these two opposing energies. Fire and earth, they square one another. And so what that means is that they can often cause a lot of conflicts. And when you have both of them in reverse, this means that it is definitely not a healthy conflict coming from either or, as opposed to if they were upright, then that would mean that they, they would hopefully be able to kind of have a middle ground. But this is not upright. This is opposing, and because they're opposing with one another and they have two different ideas on how to do things, this person is like, well, fine then, you're not going to see things my way, then I'm just going to keep my wisdom and my knowledge to myself. And this person is like throwing temper tantrums and getting angry because it wants this person to see things their way. And here's the charioteer kind of in the middle of all this, kind of like really trying to be sensitive and caring and nurturing of both their sides and trying to get them to see kind of a middle ground. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing that's happening here. And towards the end of the week. And so you might be the charioteer here. You might be the one. It's going to be really important for you to kind of be very compassionate and understanding and nurturing of both of these opposing energies if you are to survive this week. They're both kind of being they're reacting in unhealthy, kind of not really positive ways. And so it's going to be really important for you as an Aries to tap into that intuitive side. Aries do have an intuitive side to them. It might be very quick and it might be very instant, but it is an intuitive side nonetheless. The lovers love each other. I have to say that can't be a more perfect card energy for you to work with this week, dear Aries. It can't be a more perfect card for you to work with this week. Now, if you give me a second, I'd really like to find the Lover's card in the booklet, actually, because I feel like it can really give you some better insight. And since I'm just now starting to work with the Dragon Fae, I really want to give you some really good helpful tips. It says, passionate love seems to be the realm of fairy tales and romantic epics, but it truly is a part of your life and being too. Know that when you draw this card, you are a beautiful being, worthy of bliss, romance, and adoration. There is a god and a goddess for everyone, and you are about to discover that for yourself. Know that within you is everything you need to draw to you perfect love and perfect trust. Know that physical and soul passion can be ignited. Asking is the beginning. Your search for a soulmate is over, because with you now is the truth, that by believing in your true nature, the passionate and romantic being that you are drawing to you the one who will adore you. Be quiet and still and believe. Sensual delight Physical ecstasy and bliss are yours. So I want to tell you a bit about the Lover's card, just so that you can have that as some insight and information as well. These beings have been through many trials in order to be together, okay? They are true soulmates, but their relationship is one which is fed each day with embraces, sweetness, and passion. They remind us that in order to love well, we must actively love each day, and that to neglect our lover is to ultimately neglect our own happiness. They speak to us of the necessity of romantic gestures, that keeping love alive is as simple as watering a garden daily to keep the plants in full health. Their own love is guarded by the dragon fae, whose blood they carry. Your own relationships will be protected and looked over by being of the dragon fae, by a being of the dragon fae, who will ensure that your true love will come to you when you treasure this love enough to nurture it and have it grow, and to share the love in your heart with the other generously, honestly, with courage. You will find love, and it will be sacred. Protect it, and know that you have your own dragon fae guardian who will ensure this comes to be. When you believe and love yourself truly from the depths of your heart. So, some meanings for this card is that your relationship needs tending, as do all things that live. It could be time to make a romantic gesture, to love another as you would wish to be loved, to understand that love cannot flourish when there is mistrust and anxiety. You may be despairing that your relationship may never match your dreams. Please know that your true love lies within your own willingness to believe that you too can experience passionate love, and that you are well worthy of its ecstasies. No matter your beliefs about your age, your health, your beauty, you are a beloved one. The dragon fae know this. Now they ask you to know this too. So throughout the week, when you're working with the lovers, create self-loving moments in your day. Allow yourself to feel loved. Feel how loved you are by the dragon fae and by the entire consciousness of all that is, and offer to yourself gestures and small acts of kindness that will further allow and attract passionate love into your life. Know that sensuality and physical union and bliss are birthrights, and that you deserve these experiences now. Allow any feelings of need to fall away and replace them with deep knowing that you are worthy of love. So that's the message for this week. I hope that this helps you on your journey. I hope that it inspires you. And I hope you love yourselves enough to love the things important to you in your life. Have a great, great day. Have a great week. And we'll talk again soon. Ahom Meta-Ascension.